Thank you. Okay, let's start. Prabharhaji, so can you get on the screen so that we know what's happening? Yeah.
Namaste, Guruji.
Yeah, Hari Om. Let us start. Okay, let's put her on screen. We'll start. Sloka number 9. Okay, very good. Okay. This Sanjay Uvacha is continuing, though Duryodhana is speaking. Sanjay Uvacha Anye Chabahava Shuraha Madarthe Tyakta Jivitaha Nana Shastra Praharanaha Sarve Yuddha Visharadaha. Chant twice. We'll chant full sloka. Go ahead.
Sanjaya Uvacha Anye cha bahava shuraha Madarthe tyakta jivitaha Nana shastra praharanaha Sarve yuddha visharadaha. Sanjaya Uvacha Anye cha bahava shuraha Madarthe tyakta jivitaha Nana shastra praharanaha Sarve yuddha visharadaha.
Together, all of us. Sanjaya Uvacha Anye cha bahava shuraha Madarthe tyakta jivitaha Nana shastra praharanaha Sarve yuddha visharadaha. So, the context here is very clear that the Pandava and Kaurava army are assembled in the battlefield, and Duryodhana is now giving an address primarily to his Acharya, that is Dronacharya. In the process, a lot of development is happening, and this background is very important to understand from a subtle point of view as what is the message that we are getting through Duryodhana's statements. We gave an introduction to today's class. Somebody can cut and paste in the chat box, because the systematic study of Gita involves understanding various aspects of Bhagavad Gita, chapter by chapter, section by section, systematically. That is when you will be able to register all the information. There are 4 aspects to study a Shastra like Gita Shastra. Please understand. There is basic subject matter. Please write down subject matter. Then there is concepts. Concept means for us to understand. We don't know those concepts. We're all busy with the world. We know concepts of how to live our normal Vyavaharika Jivana or other things, office work, but there are concepts to understand, to study Vedanta. Second aspect. Third is the Upadesha. Upadesha means the advice, the message, the Shastram. What is Shastram? Shasti Upadishati. Tram Trayate. Papat Trayate. Iti Shastram. That means what? Those advices that help us to be away from sins and do all the Punya Karma so that we get the final benefit of our human life. Third part is Shastram or Upadesham. And the last part is sadhana. Lot of messages will come through the Gita which will be indirectly pointing to us as to what kind of sadhana. Sadhana means the practices, which means developing good habits and removing bad habits. Simple. You all know, no? Habit. In habit, if you remove the letter H, a bit remains. If you remove HA, bit remains. If you remove HAB, it remains. Swabhavam we say. So, the more we work towards changing our natural swabhava, the better it is for us for the ultimate goal, and follow the Gita Shastram both for the subtle inbuilt messages, and you will be very, very happy to note that Bhagavan gives extensive sadhanas in Bhagavad Gita. If you go through the Gita, Bhagavan gives so many different sadhanas to build our guna, means qualities, our bhavana, attitude. This guna bhavana building is extremely important if you have to get the Vedanta Shastra, Gita Shastra into your mind. Parallelly, karma and karma yoga is being prescribed. And you complete Bhagavad Gita in a nutshell. So please pay attention this 1 hour. Rajadhan sir, right? That is the method to study, because not many people will give you this structured approach to studying Bhagavad Gita. Okay, now we are in chapter 1, sloka number 9, and Duryodhana out of either internal tension in the mind or whatever reason, we'll discover that he's going to his guru, which is who is the great Dronacharya. Now he's saying, sloka number 9. Of course, he's addressed. He has addressed actually Dronacharya in the previous shloka itself. Bhavan. Please note down the last shloka. Bhavan means what? You yourself. Hey, great Acharya, you are on our side. In addition to you, there are Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, and Ashwattama, Vikarna, Somadatta. All people are on our side. I'm going to continue further. Who are they? He says there are many, many, many other heroes who are ready to give up their lives for my sake. Underline this. Duryodhana is saying that there are a lot of people, correct, Radhakrishnan sir, are ready to give up lives for my sake. Ahankaram. Write down. The inbuilt message here is, anybody with ahankaram means what happens? The vinashyam, the vinasham is already written. It started already. We say, no, before the disaster, something will start in the beginning itself. So, ahankaram and mamakaram. Ahankaram is extremely, not good. Means it's going to give us disaster. So, cause for perishment, correct. So, for my sake. And what is he saying? And all of them have many weapons and missiles. They are not independent. They are coming with different missiles, crude missile. No, all you're seeing now, Scud missile. You're seeing right now, it's happening in the war presently. They got all their missiles ready. In those days, it was all different type of astram, right? Agneastram, Varunastram, Garudastram, Nagastram. Very similar. There with Mantra Shakti, they could bring the energy. See, ultimately it is fire, pressure, air that is going to create destruction. Correct? Please understand. Either you can create it through science, matter, then when it hits a particular place, fire comes, or through Mantra Shakti, you can create all these aspects. So please understand, don't deride our Vedic knowledge. Through mantras, they control the entire universe. It's very simple for them to create all this kind of fire and pressure and air and everything. So through Mantra Shakti, which is all bestowed in the particular astras, they could do whatever damage they could do. So he says, my people have got all the astram with them, and they are all ready to lay down their lives for my sake, and they're all experts in war. So he wants somehow build confidence to himself and to his people, especially to the key people that he is addressing right now, which includes Dronacharya. Now going into the word by word meaning, Pada-vibhaaga. Anye cha bahavaha shuraha madarthe. One word. Okay, when you break it, sandhi matu arthe madarthe. Tyakta jivitaha nana shastra praharanaha sarve yuddha visharadaha. Now, Anvaya. Cha. And. Why and? Studious people should be able to say and, because it is continuation of the previous shloka. In the previous shloka, he has called out a lot of other warriors, including Dronacharya. Can somebody quickly, we should all be interacting in chat. This is how we should be able to communicate that you have understood what I'm saying, correct? So, in the previous shloka, there is a set of, correct, correct. Continuing the list of previous shloka, he is now saying that, what? And there are, supply the word there are, is implied. Bahavaha anye, many other. Bahavaha, many. Anye, other. Many other. Shuraha, heroes, powerful ones. Shuraha means what? They will not simply run away. They will stand there and fight. Shuraha, tyakta jivitaha, ready to give up their lives for what? Madarthe, for my sake. Sarve, all of them. At nana shastra praharanaha. See, now if you read like this, Vinodji, are you able to understand how the logical sentence is coming? When you read nana shastra praharanaha sarve yuddha visharadaha is one way to understand. When we say madarthe sarve nana shastra praharanaha, then understanding is for my sake, all of them. And who are they? They are having many weapons and missiles. Shastram means weapon. Please understand. Shastram means that which is fought with the weapon in the hand. Astram is what is released from the individual and will go and cause damage at the target. Okay. So, Shastram Praharanaha. Praharanaha means missiles. So, they have got both physical. That means what? If you see a typical warrior in those days, there are a lot of this, the armor, too many other pouches and all. From there, one Shastram will come, bow and arrow will come. Can you see? All this in our picture they show. I have not seen TV. They show in TV, right? No, they show all this picture, right? Amar Chitrakada, you can see. It's all there in that. So like that, it will come one by one, they will come. And in fact, Arjuna is called a Savya Sachin, means he can fight with both hands. We are all only right-hander or left-hander. Arjuna can put the bow and arrow like this and also like this, whichever way it comes. So they're all Arjuna special, but anyway, he's telling here, Nana Shastra Praharanaha. They are all people having many weapons and many missiles. So please understand, Shastram means held in hand and like sword, dagger, all that, right? Finally, when they say in Gorkha regiment, if you go to the Indian army, final defense is the dagger or the sword they have. They all have the sword here. I'm sure you all know, right? So when nothing comes, finally they will say, make sure that they will go and at least kill physically 10 people before they give their life. That is how a typical warrior is supposed to die in the battlefield, come what may. That is the role of a warrior. And Nana Shastra Praharanaha. And what are they? Yuddha Visharadaha. Yuddha Visharadaha means what? They are all Visharat. You all studied in Hindi, Sanskrit. The final exam is Visharat. Correct? They say, no? You start with, basic and all those things. Visharada means experts. They are all experts in Yuddha. Yuddha Visharadaha. If you read like this, are you able to understand Gita well? Tell me, right? When you break this word, understand, that means Gita will go into mind very easily and no need to once again revise. It will easily, all of you can understand and study Gita Shastram properly. Very good. Yuddha Visharadaha. And don't please exclude even one word from Bhagavad Gita Shastram. 700 slokas, study properly all the words you understand, because whatever Vyasacharya says, whatever Bhagavan says are extremely important. Don't neglect any word. We'll give word meaning of everything. So now, what is the basic message here? The basic message is, because every shloka has got some takeaway, most of them, right? So, to somehow build confidence, because when he sees the other army, that is Pandavas with Arjuna, Bhima and all, he also got some tension. He wants to get some confidence. So, he wants to say that a lot of people are supporting me. And now comes the most important statement from Duryodhana. You understood shloka number 9, right? We'll go to shloka number 10 now. Shloka number 10. Prabhara, please come. Sanjaya uvacha aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishmabhirakshitam paryaptam tvidame balam bhimabhirakshitam.
Sanjaya uvacha aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishmabhirakshitam paryaptam tvidame tesham balam bhimabhirakshitam. Sanjaya uvacha aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishmabhirakshitam paryaptam tvidame tesham balam bhimabhirakshitam.
Very good, very good. We see the Sha and Sha. How nicely, he's chanting. Learn that. No, if you're not able to get it properly, don't worry. You try, and as much as you can get perfection, it is fine. More important, words should come out correctly. Okay, and the meaning. I keep saying, if you know chanting, 1 mark. If you know meaning, 1,000 marks. If you chant knowing the meaning, 10,000 marks. So that's how the ratio starts increasing. Gita Shastram should go inside. Okay, very good. Now, what is this statement of Duryodhana? Very important statement. One of the important shloka in the first chapter. Now, Duryodhana is telling, after explaining his own army and the great people on his side, he says, all of you, I have now told you, there are a lot of people supporting he's now not only addressing now Dronacharya, who is his guru, he's now standing up. Imagine, he's now after talking to Dronacharya one-on-one, sometimes you do one-on-one and then you look up the entire army, right? Maybe he's turning around and looking at all commanders. There are a lot of commanders, right? and all the commanders will be looking at the chief commander. That's how the message flows. If you go to army, navy, air force and all, the commandment is very important. People have to follow instructions. You are not supposed to use your own knowledge. Because I got a lot of experience, talking to a lot of people from the defense forces. They have to follow a commandment. So Duryodhana is like, though he's not the chief commander, he's the controller of everybody. He's giving a commandment to his commanders. He's saying, therefore, hey, our army which is protected by Bhishma. So Bhishma is now leading the command on day one. Please understand. So our army protected by Bhishma, he says, what he says is insufficient. Please understand. So he says, even though we got a lot of warriors, lot of people, our own army, okay, so our own army is aparyaptam, insufficient. Write down. Paryaptam, parisamantat aptam paryaptam. If you put akara, it becomes opposite. Vinodji, please understand meaning properly. Aparyaptam means insufficient. So even though we got a lot of warriors, it is insufficient. And especially protected by Bhishma, Pitamaha, the greatest warrior you can get. So on the other hand, the army that is of the Pandavas implied, that is protected by Bhima. Bhima is now one of the chief commanders of the Pandava army. So he is now pointing to Bhima and saying that, please understand, our commanders, army protected by Bhima is more than sufficient. Implied meaning is to defeat us. So defeat us is not there in the sloka, but it should imply. Okay. Now you see what is the message that our Duryodhana is trying to give. And why is he talking like this? Please understand, kind of warriors he has mentioned in his own army, right? Who are they? One Bhishma is enough to kill the entire Pandava army. One Drona, one Kripa, one Karna, one Ashwatthama, right? You know, Dronacharya knows the weakness of everybody in the opposite side because he has taught the art of warfare to everybody. Correct? Yes or no? So with Dronacharya, Bhishmacharya, Karna, in spite of... See, please also understand that the Kaurava army had 11 Akshohinis. Akshohini is the combination of a lot of different types of people on elephant, camel, foot soldiers, horse. Number is not important. A set of people. Okay, 11 was an account. It means what? So many numbers multiplied with so many lakhs are there on Duryodhana's side. And only 7 Akshohinis on the side of Pandavas. Write down 11 plus 7, 18. So our people who are very interested in numbers, 18 number is very good in Bhavaartha and Bhagavad Gita. 18 Akshohinis were involved in the war. So do not forget. Shankar Ganeshan sir. 11 on the side of Kauravas, 7 on the side of Pandavas. Correct, Vinodji? 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita. And 18 days was the Mahabharata war. Please understand, the 18 has got a lot of significance. And people say, the popular opinion, 18 parvas in Mahabharata. Correct, Sugandhini? Now, see, all of you very intelligent, very good. And people say, popularly, 18,000 shlokas in Bhagavata Purana. And 18 has got what? 8. 8 in the end is Ashtami, Krishna Janmashtami. 1 plus 8 is 9, Ramanavami. So everything, that 18 number has got so much significance. So 18, that means what? 18 Akshohinis finally perished. That is the net result of Mahabharata war. War should never happen, but unfortunately happened. So he's saying here, even though he didn't recognize that 11 on my side, Bhishma is there, you're all there, even then protect Bhishma. Because why? If Bhishma is protected, he can take care of everybody else. Because everybody was reverence for Bhishma in the Kaurava army, even the opposite camp. As long as Bhishma is there, they will always have the fear. Bhishma can make sure that he can demolish everybody. So Bhishma is the most important person for Duryodhana. He's telling his commanders to protect Bhishma. You understand? Therefore, our army, which is protected by Bhishma, is insufficient. On the other hand, no, this army of Pandavas protected by Bhima is more than sufficient. So let us now take care of Bhishma. Is the next sloka is going to say. And what is the reason? What is the reason that Duryodhana is being made to say this kind of statements, even though he is powerful physically? Both number-wise and quality-wise, Duryodhana army is more powerful. The message for us here is that when dharma is not on our side, when dharma is not on our side, even though we may be physically more in numbers, powerful, wealth, position, everything, the heart will be weak. Please understand. But even if you are alone, if you have got the bhakti to Bhagavan and you feel the protection of Bhagavan, you will be fearless. As somebody said in the chat box, the fear is lurking continuously in Duryodhana's mind. And those are all the expression that is coming out in these slokas. And there's a wonderful Subhashita which says, see, though you are unprotected by physical entities, physical men, physical other equipments, other things, if God's protection is there, you're always safe. Whereas even if physically you have got 3 or 4 rows of no protection, no black cat, next round, CRPF, ABCD also, you will still feel insecure if you don't believe that you are protected by God. So God is the ultimate protector. Please understand, Bhagavan is the only protector. So move from world dependence to God dependence. God is the ultimate protector. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga-kshemam mahamyam. Bhagavan is going to say later. So continuously connect yourself with Bhagavan, and that is why daily prayers, everything is there. Understand? So the sloka says, Arakshitam tishtati daiva rakshitam surakshitam deva hatam vinashyati. Arakshitam, one who feels unprotected by physical people. See, I don't have any protection, sir. I am alone, sir. No one is there to help me, sir. Don't have any problem. Connect to Bhagavan. Okay, Bhagavan will come and protect you. Agratah prishtatascha parshvatascha mahabalo apurna karna dhanvano rakshetam rama lakshmano. Chant the shloka. Anywhere you go in the world, you pray to Bhagavan, he'll come and help you. So please understand, being alone is not a problem. But not having Daivi Sampat, not having Bhagavan Anugram is a problem. So beware of that. Surakshitam. Somebody may feel, I'm very well protected, sir. I got 6 rows of people protecting me. No, one police, that black cat, the white cat, everything. But Devahatam vinashyati. Devam vina vinashyati. Without God's grace, sure to perish. So already you can see the signs of Vinashakale Viparita Buddhi. You all know this statement, right? So before Vinashakalam comes, the Buddhi starts going in a particular direction. Duryodhana's mind has started already in that direction. So please understand, the essence of this shloka is one should continuously pray to Bhagavan to get the mental protection, the mental confidence. Please understand, physical health is only secondary. Physical, whatever, power and all those things is secondary. Mental power is extremely important. You know the David and Goliath, that story you all know, right? One small boy was able to go and hit such a big fellow. They say in that particular thing, right? So what is important is God's grace. Please understand that. Now, aparyaptam. Now the word meaning. Aparyaptam Pada-vibhaaga tat asmakam balam bhishma abhirakshitam is two sandhi, but one word. Bhishma abhirakshitam paryaptam tu idam etesham. See, that's how you should break. Paryaptam tu idam etesham balam bhima abhirakshitam or bhima abhirakshitam. I'm waiting even sandhi word so that you understand the individual meaning. Now, what is Anvaya? Tat, therefore, where is tat? Aparyaptam tat asmakam. Aparyaptam tat asmakam. So, tat, therefore, asmakam balam. Asmakam, our army. No, aparyaptam is not more than sufficient. You are wrong. Aparyaptam is not sufficient. So please follow properly. Maybe after the class I can give you teaching on Sanskrit grammar also. Okay, asmakam balam. Here balam means army, not only strength. Army is the strength in this particular case. Our army, Bhishma bhirakshitam, protected by Bhishma. So, even though it has got a lot of warriors, the most powerful warrior, Bhishma, is being mentioned by Duryodhana. Bhishma bhirakshitam. Abhirakshitam means well protected by Bhishma. Aparyaptam is insufficient. Correct. Inadequate. Venkataraman sir, correct. And I gave the Vyutpatti just now. Parisamantat, aptam, aparyaptam, akaram means becomes opposite. So please follow lessons properly. Aparyaptam is insufficient. It is weaker, incapable of overpowering the opposite army of Pandavas. One portion of the shloka is this. Therefore, our army protected by Bhishma is insufficient. What reason he says? On what basis he is saying? Please understand. Just think, no. If you see physically, numbers are more. Capability-wise, the best warriors are inside. Even then he's saying it's insufficient. That means what? Some other problem he has got. Right, Rajendran sir? Adharma, correct. Adharma, papa karma. That means what? You may think you have cheated, you have won the small battle by cheating somebody and occupying some position, power, and all those things. But when it comes to the key moment, they say, develop weakness, the legs start shaking. Our own papa karma will start coming back to the mind and they will start affecting us. I'll tell you, even the most so-called powerful person will break down if the punya karma is not there on the person's side. With the punya, madam, that it will make you. You don't need to go in search of hating enemy. Your own papa karma will become enemy. Bhagavan is going to teach so many techniques and methods to go in going forward. How to be away from papa karma, how to do punya karma and build the mental strength. And without mental strength, you are nothing, because man is the mind. So the word manu, manushya, comes from man, means the mind. Without a strong mind, man is as good as any other animal. Please understand. So mental weakness for Duryodhana. And now that is over. Now he says tu. Tukara always indicates a separate, another starting of separate, kind of concept. So tu, on the other hand, tu means on the other hand, Vidya Shankar madam, tu na, on the other hand, idam balam, this army means showing that side. This army of the Pandavas, to take ete sham, of these Pandavas, Pandavanam. If you want Sanskrit, ete sham is equal to Pandavanam. What are they? Bhima bhirakshitam, protected by Bhima. Please understand. Protected by Bhima, commander on the opposite side. Paryaptam, more than sufficient, implied meaning to defeat us. So the army protected by Bhishma means the Kaurava army is insufficient to beat the Pandavas, whereas the army protected by Bhima of the Pandavas is more than sufficient to beat our Kaurava army. This is the equation of Duryodhana's equation. Is neither a numerical equation nor a capability equation, but Duryodhana equation. And now you all understand why, because mental tension. And what is the name of Bhima? The word Bhima comes from Bhayankarani Karmani. The Bhakaram is a very terrorizing person. Bhima is not physically huge. It's not like a sumo wrestler. Venkataraman sir. All of us think Bhima is sumo. Bhima is very thin. You know that? Bhima is a very thin person, but very powerful. So terrible deeds. He can lift a tree just like that. No ayuda means he can lift a tree and throw. So that is the power of Bhima. So he says he's able to. Well understood. No, what is the inbuilt meaning? The inbuilt meaning is we have to pray every day to get mental strength and do punya karma, avoid papa karma. You know Duryodhana, epitome of papa karma, right from childhood. I don't need to tell you what all he has done to Pandavas. So we will not waste time on that. So that is the reason he's saying this. Continuing. Shloka number 11. Sanjaya uvacha. Etesha meaning I told. Somebody please. No, Etesha means of these. Etesham means of these. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, shloka number 11. Pravarha, please come on. Okay. There? Okay, good. Sanjaya uvacha. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu. Yatha bhagam avasthitaha bhishmameva bhirakshantu bhavantas sarva eva hi. Go ahead.
Sanjaya uvacha ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam avasthitaha bhishmameva bhirakshantu bhavantas sarva eva hi. Sanjaya uvacha ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam avasthitaha bhishmameva bhirakshantu bhavantas sarva eva hi.
Together. Sanjaya uvacha ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam avasthitaha bhishmameva bhirakshantu bhavantas sarva eva hi. So Duryodhana is continuing. He's saying, now, hey army, stationed at all points of entry as allocated. Okay, that means what? Each one is given a particular place. Each commander set of army, and I told you, one particular Rakshauhini will have a certain number of rathas, chariots, no, and gajas, elephants, ashwaha, horses, and padadi sena. That means what? Foot soldiers. This combination, somebody can go to internet or whatever, go and search for that number. Number is not important. A combination of these kind of people. So they are giving, each commander is given a set of people. They have to now be at the proper location. No entry points are there. There will be some weak point. They'll enter army. The enemy will enter. So he says to all his commanders, please be at station. Don't give up your position. Many of you are also interested in games, right? If you look at soccer, American football, hockey and all, the coach will always advise, don't give up your position. If you're a defender, don't simply come forward and go to hit a goal. Your defense will go away. Correct, no? Rajasagar, you played football, right? So similarly, right out, right in, left in, all the rules protect your position. Only the attack will go properly. Regiment, correct. So correct. So he says, all of you, please protect those particular places where you're located. You are given a position, protect. That means you should not allow the enemy to enter from that side. That is your role. He's addressing his commanders. And all of you, indeed, should closely protect Bhishma alone. That means what? All others are great, but Bhishma is the greatest. So all of you make sure you protect Bhishma. Because very name Bhishma means opposition will be scared. No, some individuals create a lot of fear, right? So Bhishma is great. That's what Duryodhana is saying. Look at his tactics. See, Duryodhana is not an unintelligent person. He's a very smart person, but his smartness was perverted intellect. Intelligence is not enough. It should be in the right direction. That is what is important. See, he knows we are all to know what call to make. As a leader, one has to make the right calls. Because if we give too many instructions, people will get lost. Give key instruction. He's saying protect Bhishma. That is the message. So many things to learn. See, Vyasacharya, Krishna Paramatma, and all the best in management. All our present managers should learn from Bhagavad Gita, I'll tell you. Okay, now, what is the Pada-vibhaaga? Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam avasthitaha bhishmam eva abhirakshantu bhavantaha sarva eva hi. Clear? Now, avasthitaha. Avasthita means stationed. Okay, avasthitaha. Now, here the message is, how should you protect? Say, protection is important, but the method to protect also Duryodhana is giving. How you should protect? Avasthitaha, stationed. Sarveshu ayaneshu cha. Sarveshu, all. Ayaneshu. Ayanam means a technical word used in warfare. Please understand, ayanam is a technical word in warfare. It's called a strategic positioning of key people. Okay, so here he says at the strategic points of entry, ayaneshu. No, at all the points of entry, what is happening? Yatha bhagam, as allocated. Yatha Shastram, is as per. So yatha means as per. Bhagam, allocation of particular location for you. Yatha bhagam. Sarve bhavantaha. All of you. He's now respecting people. Bhavantaha. Sarve bhavantaha. All these commanders, all of you. He eva. Indeed. What you should do? Abhirakshantu. Should closely protect. Who? Bhishmam eva. The eva should be connected with Bhishmam. If you study like this only, you'll understand Gita properly. Understand, no? Eva was there. Where? Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam avasthitaha bhishmam eva abhirakshantu. Clear, Shankar Ganesh there? You should protect Bhishma alone and closely protect, because one Bhishma is enough for creating terror. Very good. Bhishma Acharya is the key warrior for our Duryodhana, in addition to our Dronacharya. So, importantly, please understand, you may have all possessions, but no bhakti, no security. You may have no possession, no position, no wealth, no people around you. You got bhakti, you are infinitely protected. So, okay, that is the path, Vyasacharya is indicating, develop bhakti to Bhagavan. Now go to our notes. At this point, you want Anvaya clear? No, Anvaya is clear, right? Once again, I will repeat. Avasthitaha sarveshu ajaneshu cha yatha bhagam sarve bhavantaha hi eva amirakshantu bhishmam eva. Station at all the points of entry as allocated, all of you indeed should closely protect Bhishma alone. Now please go to the notes. See, if you go to the notes, what we have given you, these are the notes that are given as per the course curriculum. I told you to print it out. Have you got a printout of that? Please have the printout with you, that you can quickly refer, because too many computers, everything in computers, you have to keep on shifting. There are 2-3 computers and mobiles. Please look at your thing. When you see the beginning itself, in the index itself, we are given a logical breakup of the chapter. Please look at it. If you look at the first page, Slokha number 1, Slokha number 2 to 11, 12 to 20, 21. Yes or no? Are you able to see or not? Correct? So 21, 25, 26, 28, all those things, these are logical groupings of the first chapter. And as I told you, a logical grouping will contain either the subject matter, or it will contain a message, or it will contain a upadesha, or a advice, or a concept. So that's how you should study Gita Shastram. That's when you'll understand the inner meaning. So the first sloka was dedicated to Dhritarashtra's question, independent by itself. Indumati madam. Sloka number 2 to 11 is on logical grouping, where Duryodhana is lamenting or whatever, telling to his teacher, and what are the insights we are getting from this particular Duryodhana's lamenting is what we are going to see now. And before that, let us go and have a look at one particular picture we are given. All of you see the page 2 of your notes. I don't know whether you all found time to look at the picture. I gave a lot of time for you to look at the picture. If you look at the picture, Mukundan sir, other than Gita Shastram study, you will not want to do anything in life. Correct? It's not to create fear in you, but please understand, this is our life. See, unless you understand the samsara chakram, or where we are right now, what are we doing, and how we are caught up in this world, and not even focusing on the goal of our life, you will not get the benefit of studying Gita Shastram. Otherwise, it will only be some kind of chanting and overhead transmission, and it will go away. But has to go in, first of all, that attitude of why we are studying Gita Shastram should be very clear. Okay. So, Murli Iyer sir, please pay attention to this particular picture. It is a very pictorial representation of a particular story. It is one of the Puranas, but it's presented pictorially because pictures speak 1,000 words, right? You see, the tree that is there is our Purva Janma Karmas. Okay. And the elephant that is there is nothing but the way the effect of the karmas are working on our present lives. What is happening? A person, it's a story actually. No, Vandana madam, story. A person found a beehive on top of a tree. And beehive has got honey, right? Honey is very, sweet. So the person climbed up the tree to go and get the honey from the beehive. Picture the second page. Second page. Arey bhai, somebody help, or volunteers. Second page of the notes that is supposed to download. Have you got this or not? Let me ask you. Some people asking, where is the picture? Have you got it or not? Yes. Somebody is showing, you see. Okay. So please, little preparation you do know for Gita Shastram. You cannot just come just like that and hope to get transformed into Jnani and all. Not easy. Thoda effort karo. We are putting enough effort. Our notes team by Indumati madam, Kalamalim, the team, entire team is working hard to give you all these notes. Minimum thing you can do is open this up, have the Gita book in front of you and study systematically. We are given everything, spoon feeding to kiya hai, and we are not putting it in your mouth. That's why you need to just look at what I'm saying. Clear? Okay. Now this person went up the tree to go and catch all, take that honey. And what is happening? Some rats are biting the branch. Can you see the picture? Rats are biting the branch. He's climbed up. So the branch is shaking. So before he could properly catch hold of the honey, he started falling down. Okay. And then what happened? He caught hold of one branch. Because why? If you look down, there is a pit with lot of snakes. Okay. There is a pit. Kalyani madam, there is a pit with lot of snakes. If he falls from the tree, Malati madam, what will happen? Gone. He went in search of pleasure and other things. In the process, he will perish. So he wants to hold on to branch and somehow survive. And look at what is happening. So when he's trying to survive, even then, if the rats are eating, I'll tell the significance philosophically later. Rats are now eating into the branch, and anytime the branch can break. If the branch breaks, what will happen? Write in chat box. It's a story, all of you can have opinion. If the branch breaks, what will happen? He will fall down. That means his end is very, very near. He's very near his end of life. And even then, he wants to taste the honey. Honey that is dropping from the beehive, he wants to taste. I came in search of pleasure. And unfortunately, I couldn't catch all of everything. But even I'm holding my branch like this, I'm getting that honey I want to taste. Like that. And Bhagavan is coming. See, Bhagavan beautifully is coming. Bhanumati madam, okay, fine. Bhagavan is coming in his Pushpaka Vimana, imaginary, and he's saying, I am going to teach you Bhagavad Gita. Arey bhai, you're going to live only for a few years or few days. I don't know how many days you will live, because the branch anytime it can break. And please read Bhagavad Gita, which I am teaching you. I will give you moksham. Moksham means what? Release from the cycle of samsara. Release from birth and death. No more future birth. No more agony. No more sorrow. And establishment pure happiness in this life itself. I am ready to give you. But look at his eyes and tongue. It is still towards the honey coming from the beehive. Yes or no? Nandana ji, Chandrasekhar sir, correct? Is a picture giving you a message? And what is happening? He wants to enjoy the honey. But Bhagavan even is saying, come, please read Gita. Not interested. Right? So what does it represent? Please see. The tree is the karma that we have done over many, many, many janmas. Sanchita karma. From that, the prarabdha karma takes me climb this tree. I'm now relating the story with our Shastram. The prarabdha karma makes me climb this tree, go in search of happiness in this world. I'm born in the world. I'm not sure why I'm born. I'm born only to enjoy, use my sense organs and enjoy this life. You say, Anubhavi Raja, Anubhavi, we say in Tamil. So, only for enjoyment, pleasure, artha kama pradhana, like kind of life. Money and pleasure. Money, pleasure. So go in search of that. And what is happening? Every day that is going is reducing your life by one day. Please understand. The rats that are biting are day and night. The picture is so beautiful. The day is a white rat and the black rat is a night. Together, day and night is eating into your lives. Please understand. Bhartrihari says in one of the beautiful sloka, in Vairagya Shatakam, Adityascha gata gatau raharaha samkshiyate jeevitam vyaparascha bahubharya karya gurubihi kalopi nagnayate drishtva janma jara vipatti maranam trayascha notpadyate Pitva mohamahim pramada madiram unmatta bhutam jagat. What does it mean? Adityascha gata gatau raharaha samkshiyate jeevitam. Our Raji Ragavan is putting the meaning. Every day sun rises and sun sets. One day in the life is getting reduced. Like this rat, white rat and black rat is eating the branch. It is reducing the existence on the tree. Like that, reducing existence in our life. Vyaparascha bahubharya karya gurubihi kalopi nagnayate. Please write the meaning. Somebody who can understand in the English in the chat box. We are all very busy with business, work, family, pressure, running around, getting all the things. Yes, life is not easy. Life is tough only. Who said life is easy? Nothing comes easy in life, correct? Okay. Bhanumati madam, please follow the lessons. You can then write one sentence once in a way, but you don't keep on giving commentary. Learn first. Okay, thank you. So we are all very busy with so many things. Vyaparascha bahubharya karya gurubihi kalopi nagnayate. We don't even know. Time has passed away. I was a small child. I was going to school. From there, now college. Then got some degree, got married, children, now grandchildren, now great-grandchildren. What have I done? Other than getting some position, all these things, have I done anything for myself? For my own ultimate goal of life? For moksham, for paramanandam, I have worked for it? As Acharya says, Balastavat Kridasaktaha, Tarunastavat Taruni-saktaha, Vruddhastavat Chinta-saktaha, Parame Brahmani Kopina-saktaha. We are not interested. So that's what is happening. In between, we are seeing many things. It's not that we are not aware of what's happening. Drishtva janma jara vipatti maranam trayascha notpadyate. We are seeing people being born, dead. Now corona, so many people know going away. So many things we are seeing. But we are not thinking one day it will affect me. I am also in the queue. One day it's going to come for me also. I should go beyond birth and death. I should become Amrita Tattvam. Actually, I am Amritam. I am actually immortal. I should know. I should learn. We study the Shastras, know, and realize my immortality. We are not interested. And why? Pitva mohamayim pramada madiram unmatta bhutam jagat. Bhartara is a great king. He was the brother of Vikramaditya. He has understood and actually experienced all the Raja Bhogam. So he knows about a few things about alcohol. Enna? Mukund, Hangan. Pitva mohamayim pramada madiram. Madiram na alcohol. That intoxication. So just like people get intoxicated with some kind of wine, the world, people in the world are intoxicated with the pleasures of the world. Mohamayim. Bhagavan says, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratkeya. So the creation can also ensnare you and take you away from the goal of life. Beware. So he says, Pitva Mohamayim Pramada. People are drunk to the pleasures of the world. Unmatta bhutam jagat. They are intoxicated. Unmatta means what? They are almost like mad, running behind mad world. So it's a warning. This particular sloka is saying that better pick up study of Gita seriously. Whatever time left in this life, study Gita, get moksham, make your life fruitful. That's possible only by knowledge. All other practices, religious practices you do, but spend some quality time to study Vedanta Shastra, because it will become your knowledge finally. No amount of other people saying is going to help you. Your own knowledge will help you. So that is the Samsara Varnanam, one of the important goal of first chapter I've explained right now. And logical breakup now you are seeing that is happening here. 2 to 11. In 2 to 11, Sloka 2 to 11, first chapter, Duryodhana has lamented all his problems. And what is the message? Bhagavad Bhakti is important. Bhagavad Bhakti Nishtha, Acharya says, beginning of every scripture. Bhagavad Bhakti, your daily puja, japa, dhyana, homa, tirtha yatra, visiting Acharya, everything is very important. So that you please keep doing. But that alone is not sufficient. Na, Sugandhi, Shankar madam, na. Okand weekend la, in the Thursday morning, na, varam, guruvaram, Bhagavad Gita Patanam. Anandam, Paramanandam, Krishnam Mande, Jagadgurum. This is slogan to study Gita Shastra, our effort is required. And without Nahi Jnanena Sadrisham Pavitram Vidyate. Jnanam is ultimate. That is the most purifying aspect beyond all other karma. Study Gita Shastra systematically through a guru. Don't study independently. You will fall into people with Asampradayam who don't know basic elements of life or Vedas or Shastras. Unless a person is knowledgeable in Vedas and our Vedanta, Gita Shastra cannot be taught properly. Atmanathan, Vedanta, go and study from a person who knows Vedas and Vedanta. Only those people can teach Gita properly. And traditionally, you should learn from a guru. Don't try to study independently, because Gita also will be very confusing. Statements are all very contradictory everywhere. And that is the message. Clear? So, 2 to 11 is one particular portion where Duryodhana's internal fear is coming out. Now, next portion is 12 to 20. The next portion is 12 to 20 slokas. The first chapter is a quick description of the different aspects of sides, both sides. How are they getting ready for the war? Let's continue and do a lot of slokas now. We'll now go very fast now. Now, Sanjaya is continuing. Sanjaya's commentary is continuing. Sanjaya uvacha tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vruddha pitamaha simhanadam vinadyochaihi shankham dadhmau pratapavan.
Sanjaya uvacha tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vruddhah pitamaha simhanadam vinadyochaihi shankham dadhmau pratapavan. Sanjaya uvacha tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vruddhah pitamaha simhanadam vinadyochaihi shankham dadhmau pratapavan.
Very good, very excellent. Together, let us stand. Sanjaya uvacha tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vruddhah pitamaha Simhanadam minadyochaihi Shankham dadhmau pratapavan. So what happened? So if you allow now Duryodhana, Radhasagar, he will go on giving lecture and he will demoralize his own army. He will keep on talking and demoralize his army. So Bhishma, once Bhishma was pointed out by Duryodhana, all of you protect Bhishma. At least Bhishma also is giving respect to Duryodhana. Unless he is pointed out, he is not talking. Another inbuilt message. Unless you are called to talk, you should not talk. Even though greatest knowledgeable person, don't talk, be silent. Where is Bhishma mentioned? Ray, quick question. Are you in the class? Is Bhishma mentioned or not? Bhishma meva abhirakshantu. Previous sloka. You all Dharma Vidya Gita students, quickly answers should come, correct? No. In the previous sloka, refer to sloka. Please always go to 2:11. Okay, he says very clearly, Bhishma meva abhirakshantu. I hope you are following the lessons, no? Am I not explaining properly? Am I explaining? No, Radhakrishnan sir, correct? Solrana puriyadha illaya? Bhishmam eva abhirakshantu. 1:11, correct? Very good. Okay. So once Bhishma has been mentioned, so what Bhishma Acharya wants to do is enough of this wailing, almost like wailing. Duryodhana is wailing. So he wants to now encourage. See, look at Bhishma Pitamaha. He may know he's fighting on the side of adharma, but even then there's dharma in the adharma. What is dharma? When I am going to fight for Duryodhana and the Kauravas, I'll do justice to what I am doing. Having picked up the cudgel against the Pandavas, I'll have to do. So he now wants to encourage the army of Kaurava. So what he did, he then said he wants to generate enthusiasm fundamentally in Duryodhana and also among the armies. What does the powerful Pitamaha, grandsire, what does he do? He's the oldest among the Kurus. He now, what he did was, he sounded a loud, lion roar. First of all, he shouted, or Har Har Mahadev, something they say, all your Bhavaartha, so on the TV and all that. Some big, encouraging statement he made and then blew his conch. You understand? So what is the idea now? Bhishma wants to get the confidence back into Duryodhana and sometimes that is why their war cry is there, war bugle is blown, and that's why Bhishma Acharya is encouraging him. Look at the words now. Tasya Sanjanayan Sanjayan. See, it's not Sanjaya. It's not Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjayan is the word. Tasya Sanjayan Harsham Kuruvruddhaha Pitamahaha Simhanadam Vinadya Uchaihi. Break the word. Vinadya Uchaihi Shankham Dadhmau Pratapavan. If you want again, please go to recording. I will not go through the sloka fast enough. Okay. Sanjanayan. See, Tasya Sanjanayan. Tasya Sanjanayan. So Sanjanayan means generating. Janayan, to create something. Sanjanayan, very well creating, generating what? Harsham Tasya. Tasya, in him. Harsham, enthusiasm, confidence. He wants to bring some confidence in whom? In him means what? In Duryodhana. And the implied meaning is the army of the Kauravas. Pratapavan. Pratapavan is a qualification of Bhishma Acharya, the powerful Pitamaha, grandsire. Right? He's like a great-great-grandfather. Oh, great-grandfather, you can say the real author from whom the Bhavaartha began. Pitamaha, Kuruvruddhaha, the oldest among all the Kurus. Vinadya Uchaihi. Vinadya. Uchaihi, sounded. Vinadya means aloud. Sounded aloud. Simhanadam, a lion roar. Simha means lion, Nadam means roar. Dadhvau Shankam, and blew the conch. So he also, something loud, aloud he said something, and then also he blew the conch. Clear, no? So, Sanjanayan Harsham Tasya Pratapavan Pitamaha Kuruvruddha Vinadya Uchaihi Simhanadam Dadhvau Shankam. Shankam, generating enthusiasm and confidence in Duryodhana and consequently the Kaurava army. The powerful grandsire, who is the oldest among the Kurus, sounded aloud a lion roar and blew his conch. Blew the conch. Okay. Now, So Bhishma did not want to delay the war anymore, because more you delay, more Duryodhana will feel weak and keep on lamenting. So by blowing the conch, Bhishma is the oldest among the entire, no, between Pandavas and Kauravas, Bhishma is the oldest, right? Will you agree or not? Radhakrishnan sir. So when the eldest person sounds the bugle, that means what? The war is declared open. No, you say no, games hereby are declared open. Olympic games are hereby declared open. They say no, like that. The war is now declared to start. So Bhishma says, let us start the war. For that only we are prepared for so many years and months and days. So now we are assembled. No more lamenting. Let's start. Now continue for another 5 minutes. We'll take 3 more slokas. No, here afterwards, all are different kind of bugles and conches blown by different people. We'll go through this quickly. We'll take 2-3 minutes more and cover 3-4 slokas. Sanjay uvacha tata shankhascha bhedyascha panavanaka ghomukhaha sahasaivaabhyahanyanta tashabdastu mulo bhavate.
Sanjaya uvacha tata shankhaschya bheryascha panavanaka gomukhaha sahasaivaabhyahanyanta sashabdastu mulo bhavat. Sanjaya uvacha tata shankhaschya bheryascha panavanaka gomukhaha sahasaivaabhyahanyanta sashabdastu mulo bhavat.
Together. Sanjaya uvacha tata shankhascha bheryascha panavanaka gomukhaha sahasaivaabhyahanyanta sashabdastu mulo bhavat. What happened? Thereafter, conches, kettle drums, trumpets, drums and horns were immediately sounded forth. That noise became very tumultuous, chattering. Pada-vibhaaga, tataha, shankhaha, cha, bheryaha, cha, padavanaka gomukhaha, one word. Sahasa eva abhyahanyanta, saha shabdaha tumulaha abhavat. Sahasa eva abhyahanyanta. Okay, abhyahanyanta is one word. Sahasa eva, sahasa plus eva sahasaiva. Clear? Sahasa eva abhyahanyanta, saha shabdaha tumulaha abhavat. Anvaya, tataha, thereafter. Yataha tataha. Okay, tataha, thereafter. Shankhaha cha, conches. Shankam you all know. Shankam, chakram, jalukam. Okay, shankam means conch. Shankhaha, conches, bahuvachana. Okay, bheryaha cha, kettle drums. No, the drum is there, no? Drum beat, that is done. Bheryaha. Panavanaka gomukhaha. That means what? Different trumpets, drums and horns. Sahasa eva. Were immediately. Here Sahasa means immediately. What happened? Abhyahanyanta. Sounded forth. They started sounding. On the sound of all these different type of instruments started. Saha shabdaha. That noise. Abhavat tumulaha. Tumula means tumultuous. See? Tumulaha. That tumultuous word is there in Sanskrit. Maharaji madam, observe pannunga. Tumu is there in tumultuous also. Can you see? You appreciate Sanskrit language. Mukundan parunga. Evlo padikradhukku parunga. Tumultuous என்ற word Englishல is come from tumulaha in our Sanskrit. So abhavat tumulaha. So became tumultuous. Understand now? Tataha shankhaha cha bheryaha cha panavanaka gomukhaha sahasa eva abhyahanta saha shabdaha abhavat tumulaha. Thereafter, conches, kettle drums, trumpets, drums and horns were immediately sounded forth. That noise became tumultuous. One more sloka will end today. Sanjay uvacha tata shvetairhayairgyukte mahati syandane sthito madhava pandavaschaiva divyo shankho pradadmatuhu.
Sanjaya uvacha ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदध्मतुः सञ्जय उवाच ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदध्मतुः.
Together. Sanjaya uvacha tata shvetairhayairyukte mahati syandane sthitau madhava pandavaschaiva divyo shankhau pradadmatuhu. Now you see what happened. Thereafter, now the two key characters are introduced. I want to introduce the characters today. Then I want to do the sloka. 1 more minute I'll take. Thereafter, Krishna and Arjuna, running meaning for the sloka. Krishna and Arjuna seated in a grand chariot with white horses blew their divine conches. You see, Vyasacharya is always partial to Pandavas also. You can see, from the Kaurava side, only Duryodhana was mentioned. And then Bhishmacharya was mentioned. Now here is now starting wonderful explanation, starting from Krishna Paramatma and Arjuna. So quickly, Pada-vibhaaga Anvaya will do. We'll close the sloka today. Tataha shvetaihi hayaihi yukte mahati syandane stitau madhavaha pandavaha cha eva divyau shankhau pradadmatuhu. Tataha, thereafter, madhavaha, Krishna. I'll tell you the meaning next class in detail. Quickly we'll do Pada-vibhaaga Anvaya detail meaning next class. Tataha, thereafter, madhavaha, Krishna, cha eva pandavaha. And Arjuna, here Pandava is Arjuna because they are only together, right? Krishna, Arjuna together on chariot. Yes or no? Correct, no? And Arjuna, Sthitau, seated. Sthitau, see, Vivachana, Sthitau, they are seated. Mahati Syandane, Mahati, very grand. So, Syandane, Syandane means chariot here. Syandane, Yukte, with, tied with what? Shvetaihi, Hayaihi. Shvetaihi means white. Hayaihi means horses, Bhagavatam. So, Hayaihi, Shvetaihi, Hayaihi, white horses, Pradadmatuhu, blue, Divyau Shankhau. Say, their conches are very divine. I'll explain next class. Divine conches, they blew. So, once again, Tataha, Madhavaha, Chayeva Pandavaha, Stitau, Mahati Syandane, Yukte, Shvetaihi, Hayaihi, Pradadmatuhu, Divyau Shankhau. Thereafter, Krishna and Arjuna seated in a grand chariot, seated, please understand, both are seated in the chariot now, and with white horses, chariot is called white horses, all meaning is there, why white, why 5, all that we see, white horses, then blew their divine conches. So, Pradadmatuhu, I told you, no, Pradadmatuhu means blew. Prakarshan Dadmatuhu, that means what? Blowing well, Pradadmatuhu. So, we'll stop here, next class, detailed meaning. See, while we're studying the slokas, let us also get the internal meaning. Now I'll go faster. Today we are able to do about 7 slokas, right? Today. How many? Rajasagar, how many we finished today? 6 or 7 slokas. Now, like that, we'll do faster. I want you to quickly say, are you able to follow this method? Quickly doing Pada-vibhaaga 6. Okay, 6. Very good. Sir. Pada-vibhaaga Anvaya, if you can follow this method, we can do more and more slokas and complete faster. Okay. That is what is taking more time. Okay, we'll stop here. And Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Please understand, we'll do Q&A only for 15 to 20 minutes. There will be a hard stop exactly 15-20 minutes from now. And if you got further questions, please come for our Brahma Vidya classes. 4 classes we are doing during the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, aram se after the class, no time pressure. We will answer further questions, but we will take only questions, 1 or 2, whatever, in the 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. And whoever has not asked questions will be given the first preference. Whoever has asked, please wait in the queue. Okay, anybody has got questions? If there are no questions, you can close the class. Ramakrishnan? One question. Okay. Please, can you get them on the screen so that we know who is questioning and what is the question you see? Go ahead, quickly, yeah. Unmute yourself.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Neenga last class la you said you will explain in detail, like after the class, two concepts. One is what best of Brahmanas, Dvijottama. You said you will explain that a little bit more.
Okay.
Second thing is Sama Dana Veda Danda, right? That also you said you will explain at the end of the class.
Okay, you got on to the point. Serious students. Okay, I'll quickly tell you. See, a Brahmana traditionally is supposed to do only 6 kinds of professions. Write down. Okay. Adhyanam, Adhyapanam. That means what? Adhyana means learning the Shastras. And a Brahmana should never stop learning. Ananta Shastram Bahuvedi-tavyam. Alpascha kalam Bhavascha Vijnaha. Yetsarabhutam Tadupasitavyam. Hamso yatha kshiramivamba Vishram. Keta shloka vandirudhu. Shloka edikkirom neenga. Purinjada? You know what is the meaning of this shloka? Ananta Shastram Bahuvedi-tavyam. So many Shastras are there to learn. Alpascha kalam, very less time. How much time can you study Shastras? You want to eat, you want to go to outside, picnic, hotel, then TV, gossiping, so many things are there. And also relationship building, you have to speak. If you don't speak to your relations, husband, wife, children, they will say, you're not liking me, I don't love you. So long, I'm going so many different directions. Alpascha kalam for this. And bhavascha vijnaha. Even in that period, you get headache, leg ache, some phone calls, some urgency. So Shastra says, Sarabhutam, whatever is essential. One Gita Shastram we study. It is 1 by 1 millionth of our Shastras. To be frank, Gita Shastram is 1 by 1 millionth of our Shastras. So Yat Sarabhutam. Gita Shastram is what? Tadidam Gita Shastram Samasta Vedartha Sara Sangraha Bhutam. Budvigneya. Study that. It's Tatu Upasitavyam. Please take that. How? Hamsa Yatha Hamsaha. Hamsa Pakshi. If you mix water and milk, it will take only milk and leave the water. Just like a Hamsa Pakshi takes only milk and leaves. What you take the essence, Gita, and maybe you don't study that, it's fine. So what is the idea is a Brahmana is supposed to study, continuous study. See, I will tell you, if you're maybe an engineer, I say to people, if you come and give me botany book, I'll study for 1 week and take botany, special class. Whatever it is. Brahmana's knowledge is so he can study all Shastras and teach everything. Look at Duryodhana. So the Dronacharya to Duryodhana and Pandavas, he taught the art of warfare. He's not a Kshatriya, right? Please understand. So Brahmana can learn everything. All the Chaturdasha Vidya we say, 14 Vidyas are there. Come for Brahma Vidya class, I'll tell you what are the 14 Vidyas, what are the learns. Okay. Adhyanam, Adhyapanam, Pathanam, Pathanam. So he should study, also teach. And Yajnam, Yajanam. Supposed to do Yajna himself at home, whatever is required. Yajanam, do for other people. Both the Yajamana and also the conductor, priest, Kulapati. 6 professions, this is what it's supposed to do, nothing else. Periva used to say, every time you go, teach. Okay. Guru used to say, teaching is an important profession of a person, Brahmana. So teaching is one important. See, other things all will come. You can see, for today you cannot live only by teaching. Some people do agriculture and all you can do. Nowadays you're all gone in different directions. But the fundamental Vedic culture is 6 professions. What is the next one? Sama, Dana, Veda, Dandam. So you should go and look at Tyagaraja Swami's. You also know music, right? Your son is learning music, right? Ask him to learn this, this song from Tyaga Brahmam. In Kapi Narayana Ragam, Sarasa Samadana Veda Danda Chatura. So what does it mean? Samadana Veda. Samam means what? Some kind of discussion to arrive at some equanimity. Samam means what? Equanimity. Then, so there are 2 warring factors. How can you reconcile without any eventuality of a war? Suppose 2 people are, today you see in between Ukraine and Russia, right? Unnecessarily it become war. They could have been solved by 3 other means before getting into Dandam means punishment, right? Getting into actual war. This happened even in Valmiki, in Ramayana also. Go through Sri Ramachandra. This song of Tyaga Brahmam is talking about Ramachandra's greatness. He tried Sama, Dana, Bheda, then only Dandam happened. Sama means what? Some kind of reconciliation. So like Pandavas came and said, give me at least 5 villages. They are equal. They got equal right to the entire kingdom. But they said that give me 5 villages. He said 5 inch. What is that? 5 gun pin. What is that? They say no pin. What of land I won't give you. Exaggeration, right? So that didn't work out. Danam, something you give up. So actually they gave Danam. They said my share fully you take, only this much you give me. Then Bhedam is a political methodology. That means what you do. For example, if the king is arrogant, doesn't listen to anybody, somehow create confusion by creating some majority minority in the other side, right? The king goes for advice to some people. In that group itself, Kalaha Muttarun Solrame, Narada Mari. Narada will come and create some confusion. It's called Bhedam. Bhedam means what? Differentiation. So give a differentiation opinion to the other people by tactics. And once again, that is not the end. That is a means to avoid war. Please understand. To avoid war, try some other means. That means what? Instead of swaying in the direction of war, the king or the leader can say, okay, somebody is telling something different. I may should have told, let us try and avoid war. If these three fail, finally, then done. One has resolved to war, and that can be taken only by Kshatriya. Please understand, none of other people who are only warriors. For example, you see somebody breaking the law, we are not supposed to fight with the person, tell the person or anything, right? Complain to the police. American police, very powerful. They see police, they are scared. I've got a lot of experience. You'll all be driving very fast on the highway, right? Once police siren comes, all will slow down. Automatically, 55 minutes coming on. Correct? Am I right or wrong? Like that, police na scared. You should complain to police. Police should take action. So we should not take the law in our hands. They are law enforcing agencies. Dandam can be given only by law enforcing agencies. Clear? Suman madam, punjida? Idella Shastram follow panna nalladhu. Clear? Okay. Have you got time for one more question? Ramakrishna is the boss. He will decide. Bhagavad. Solunga. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Unmute.
Please unmute. Unmute Padugo, please.
Okay.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Seri, kai keel padu, kai keel eduthu, kai keel. Okay. Solunga.
Namaskaram. இப்போ மோட்சம்ன்றத பத்தி சொன்னேன். மோட்சம்ங்கிறது டெம்பரரி தானே நமக்கெல்லாம்?
மோட்சம் டெம்பரரியா? கேளுங்க.
ஆமா, நம்ம புண்ணியம் இருக்கிற வரைக்கும் தான் அங்க இருக்க முடியும். அப்புறம் திருப்பி யூ ஹேவ் டு டேக் ரீபர்த்ங்கறாளே, அப்படியா?
ஓகே, புரிஞ்சுக்கோ. மோட்சம் நான் சொல்லிறேன். Once for all, tell you all of you, then go and once again to know YouTube and understand. Moksham means definition is freedom. எழுதிக்கோங்க. எழுதிக்கலாம், நல்லா சொல்லிக்கோங்க. Moksham means freedom. Freedom from our own worries and problems. Freedom from cycle of samsaram. Freedom from punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. And freedom from any attachments mentally which can cause you mental tension or problems. And that should be attained here and now. Enna? Madam, புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. மோட்சம் என்றது இல்ல first listen பண்ணுங்க. Question first listen, okay? மோட்சம் என்றது to be attained here and now through ஞானம். மோட்சத்துக்கு பிரதான காரணம் ஞானம் தான். பகவத் பக்தி, பூஜா, ஜபா, உபாசனா, நாம சங்கீர்த்தனா சித்த சுத்தி, மைண்ட பியூரிஃபை பண்ணும். ஆனாக்கா உக்காண்டு வேதாந்தம் படிக்கணும். குருமூல்யமா பகவத்கீதா உபனிஷத் படிச்சு நான் அகம் பிரம்மாஸ்மி, நான் சுத்த சைத்தன்ய ஸ்வரூபம் இங்கே புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். புரிஞ்சுதா? When you remove the attachment from your body, your sense organs, mind, intellect, here and now, when alive, it is not to be obtained after death. There is no guarantee for future. Here and now, when you realize your true nature, that I am pure consciousness, that is called moksham. Moksham to be attained here and now in the earth. And that is the process. If you don't attain in this janma, wait. If you don't attain in this janma, you will be born again next janma. You will have to start again from ABCD. Otherwise, one more janma. So your janma will continue like the waves. Samsara sagaram. It will continue till one point. Listen fully first. It will continue till you get moksha in maybe thousands of millions janma later. Without that, there is no release from samsara chakram. Now you ask question. There is no end. There is no end to cycle unless you get moksham. When I slokam mudinja slokam ezhikonga. Paroksha asatphalam karma jnanam pratyaksha satphalam jnanamevamhyase tasmat iti vedanta dindimaha. யாரும் நம்ம சாஸ்திரம் ஒழுங்கா படிக்கிறது இல்ல, அறகுறையா ஏதோ படிக்கிறோம், ஏதோ சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கோம். Unless you sit and study Bhagavad Gita Shastram properly, and இது ஒரு நாள் முடியிற விஷயம் இல்ல, பல வருஷம் ஒழுங்கா படிக்கணும்.
நீங்க ரொம்ப நல்லா சொல்லி தரீங்க.
ரைட், அது ஓகே. நம்ம சொல்லி நீங்களா படிக்கணும், உங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுக்கணும்.
ஒரு நாள் 1 மணி நேரம் தானே இருக்குன்னு ரொம்ப வருத்தமா இருக்கு.
அவ்வளவு பேர் வரணுமே, இந்த 1 மணி வரத்துக்கே ஜனம் கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. என்ன பண்றது? இதோட முக்கியத்துவம் புரிஞ்சாதானே வருவாங்க. அதெல்லாம் அடிப்பட்டு வருமா ஜனங்க ஒரு காலத்துல பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். படிங்க ஒழுங்கா, சாஸ்திரம் ஒழுங்கா படிங்கோ. டெய்லி படிச்சதை நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். ஏன் சொல்றா, எப்படி சொல்றா, மோட்சத்துக்கு என்ன வழி சொல்றா, அதெல்லாம் ஃபாலோ பண்ணணும். சாதனை இருக்கு, ஞானம் இருக்கு, குரு உபதேசம் இருக்கு. குரு மூலியமா படிக்கணும், எல்லாம் கிடைக்காது. எல்லாம் நாமளே ஏதோ திங்க் பண்றது கிடையாது. மோட்சம்னா
நமக்கு நல்லா இருக்கு.
இல்ல பாருங்க, சொர்க்கத்துக்கு போறது மோட்சம் கிடையாது. மோட்சம் இஸ் நாட் கோயிங் டு சொர்க்கம். மோட்சம் இஸ் நாட் கோயிங் டு கைலாசம். மோட்சம் இஸ் ஹியர் அண்ட் நவ். உயிரோட இங்கே இருக்கிறச்சவே ஞானம் பெறறதுதான் மோட்சம். புரிஞ்சுதா? ஞானம்னு ஒண்ணு இருக்கு, யாருக்கும் தெரியவே தெரியாது. என்ன தர்ம அர்த்த காம மோட்சம் சங்கல்பம் ஒன்னிட்டு இருக்கும் 50 வருஷமா. மோட்சம்னா என்ன? இங்கேயே இப்பவே ஞானம் பெறது. கெட் ஞானம். And பகவான் சொல்ல போற லேட்டர் கீதையில சொல்லுவாரு, நஹி ஞானேன சதிருஷம் பவித்ரம் இஹ வித்யதே தத்ஸ்வயம் யோக சம்சித்தஹ காலேனாத்மனி விந்ததி. காலேன படிக்கணும், காலக்கிரமணம் கிடைக்கும், இமிடியா கிடைக்காதெல்லாம். புரிஞ்சுதா? அதுக்கு பிரயத்தனம் பண்ணணும். புரிஞ்சுதா? என்னமா புரிஞ்சுதா? ஓகே,
thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, Hariom. Okay, are we done for questions? Ram sir, you are the boss. Okay, quickly let us finish. Who is the questioner? Sri Vidya madam, takkanongo.
குருஜி, இப்ப வந்து நீங்க சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க, இப்போ பீஷ்ம பிதாமஹோட சிச்சுவேஷன் எப்படி இருந்ததுன்னா, அவருக்கு தெரியும் there is adharmam taking place, but still because he was with Kauravas, he was supporting them, motivating them and following his dharma. So if அந்த மாதிரி situation, let's say in real life அந்த மாதிரி situation இருந்ததுன்னா, that will be taken as a papa or a punya. அது தர்மமும் இருக்கு, அதர்மமும் இருக்கு, ரெண்டும் இருக்கு.
ஆமா, is there? Correct.
எப்படி வந்து புரிஞ்சுக்கணும்?
புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். he is doing his duty.
So that will be considered okay, duty pandrar, but that will again put you in the cycle of birth and death, because that is Bhishma prarabdham. Bhishma's prarabdham is not getting him to get out of that particular connection with Duryodhana. He has been bestowed with protecting the Kuru Vamsham, incidentally Dhritarashtra and then Duryodhana. So he cannot leave it just because at this point in time he has tried to, or he should have stopped him before itself. Before all this anahutam sollom Kannada Sanskrit, all this happened right from the game of dice, Draupadi, you know story, right? Why didn't he intervene properly and advise? And maybe he couldn't do it, so he has to do what he has to do. He cannot suddenly switch camp. Not like political party, suddenly one party is powerful, they switch to get power. No, that is not right. In the Bhavaartha is saying, even though you are on the losing side, if you are principled, you will stand up for the principle. There is a saying, if you don't stand up for something, you will fall for everything. So just because somebody is becoming powerful, just don't join the person. You have to stand by your principle. Bhishma Pitama is an example. Even though it's adharma, he is protected that particular Kuru Vamsha, he will fight till the death. That's it. What is going to happen? Bhagavan, you then study, you please go and study Moksha Dharma Paramam. What happened to Bhishma? How Krishna Paramatma comes to Bhishma Pitamaha, and Bhishma praises Krishna Paramatma. You know Bhishma is Jnani. He'll get Moksham, Ichhamaranam. You know about Bhishma, right? See, he's beyond everything. So it's only incidental it happened. Say. But what is epitomizing is correct. Once you decide to protect somebody, till the last breath you protect, whatever happens. Clear? Okay, right. Thank you. Next.
Yeah, another question.
No, other person only. Are we done? Ram Krishnan?
Just one more, Guruji.
Other people come for Brahma Vidya class. 4 classes are there. Bhagavad Madam, vaanga. Inge ella nadandukadu. Have you got any more? Yes, madam. Put your name, madam. 397638 enna puriyala enakku. Okay. Ask the question, madam.
Unmute.
Namaste, Guruji.
உங்க பேர் சொல்லுங்க. இல்ல உங்க பேர் சொல்லுங்க. பேர்
Jayashree.
சொல்லுங்க. ஓகே, சொல்லுங்க.
Sir, I just wanted to know what difference between Sanchita karma and Prarabdha karma.
Okay, I'll tell you in some short. Please come for Brahma Vidya class. You want to know more because I got only 2 minutes. I have to close the session now. Okay. Sanchita karma is some completely accumulated karmas of all our previous janmas. How many janmas are you? Even Koti janma I could have had before this particular human birth. So many karmas. Our punyam papam is accumulated. That is called Sanchita karma. Prarabdha karma is one grain from that sack and sacks of karmas that you are taken in this life to extinguish. Prakarshena arabhyateti prarabdhaha. That has already started giving result. You cannot stop it. Mahaprabhu used to say, when you cycle and then you stop the cycle, you stand about the cycle, cycle example. After you stop pedaling, it will continue to run, correct? The wheel will continue to run. That is called prarabdham. Already the pedaling has been done. And you cannot stop the flow. Whatever will happen will continue to happen. And that is called prarabdha karma. In this life, you have taken that prarabdha karma to anubhavi kartika, that prarabdha karma. Clear? Sanchita means completion, complete accumulation. Prarabdha means that one part which has started to give fruit in this life. Clear? Okay, right. Hari Om. So Ramakrishnan sir, so can we end the class now?
Yes, Guruji.
He has the last word. Ram has the last. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tatsat. Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta San Mangalanam Hyayata. Please come back again next Thursday. We'll continue in faster pace. Okay, Hari Om.